What a beautiful day we've got on Lake Erie. It's October and I'm with Larry McNamee, and Larry's from Ottawa and he's the founder of Boater Exam and Fresh Air Educators. And Larry, we've fished together over the years quite a bit.
Yes.
So what we're doing is we're idling around right now and we're just looking to mark some fish. We're in 20 plus feet of water and it's still warm. The water temperature's still in the 60s. Never been this warm ever this late in the year. So we're gonna mark some smallmouth on the graph, just following some of the contour lines around here, looking for fish that are relating to the humps and breaks. As soon as we mark them, we're gonna stop and drop. Okay. Sound good? Won't make a lot of noise. I'll drop the motor guide down and we're gonna see if we can't pop them right in the boat. Wow. That is a fish of a lifetime. Here we go, boy. Wow, that thing is a monster. They fight hard, don't they?
Look at that magnificent fish.
The size of that fish. There
it is again.
The color is incredible. Oh, there we go.
The Real Fishing Show with Bob Azumi.
Big old Great Lakes smallmouth. That is a big rainbow trout, Chris. Nice double header. Whoa.
Nice jump.
Yeah. All right. That is a monster smallmouth. Man, that is so cool. Another one. There we go. The biggest pike I've ever caught in my life. Look at that chunk. Well, that's what we're talking about.
Real Fishing is sponsored by Mercury, #1 on the water, and Mystic Lubricants.
On the Real Fishing Show, we make catching fish like this a possibility.
There's what?
You got him, Larry?
Yeah.
Good stuff. All
He's
right.
coming up.
How'd he hit? Pretty hard?
No, he's actually tap. And
how's your drag set? Good?
good. Yeah, I got a good
stuff.
drag here. Oh, a little splash out there.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, here we are, folks, on Lake Erie. And I've got Larry McNamee here with me from boaterexam.com. And Larry, you're founder and president of, there we are, of Boater Exam. And I think we've known each other how many years now?
Oh, it's got to be 20 years. I think we've been working together for 15.
Well, you know, that's what I call a friendly little Lake Erie smallmouth. Not a big one, but just a nice little guy here. Let me just put him back down. There we go.
Nice to me.
Yep, nice. A little fella.
Yeah.
I'll just keep my bait down there, Larry.
All right, a bit like last time.
Yeah. Actually, I thought we'd get a double header. We can, here, let me just pass that line up. That one there, for a Lake Erie fish, usually you don't have the opportunity to just swing them in, but that one we can swing in. He ate that green pumpkin power tube.
Awesome.
Boy, they're fat little things, but they're definitely not the normal Lake Erie size we're looking for. We're looking for some clunkers, Larry.
Clunker, I'll take one.
There's fish. Oh, that's a big one there.
Got him on?
Yeah, that's a better one. Oh boy, you know when you set into a fish, Larry, on Lake Erie, and all of a sudden your rod loads up. Oh yeah, that's a big one. It just came up on the surface, and you set, and it's like, it doesn't move.
It's just a rock.
I'll need a net on this,
All
baby.
right,
I'll need a net on. I got a fast retrieve rocket reel here, so I can really put the wood to it and crank it if I want, but I'm gonna play it out. Let's see. Yeah, 30 feet of water here. This is a big fish, really big. Either that or it's just got attitude. I'm not sure.
Well, I'd say it's got a little bit of both.
Oh yeah, that is a big one. That's a big guy. Come on, baby. There. Oh, can't believe how hard they're fighting. Oh yeah, that is a big tank. Got him?
Yep, got him. All right.
Wow.
Hey,
Look
two
at
hands
that.
to bring him in.
Just swing them over this way, Larry, and just back up a bit.
All right.
There you go. Look at that fish. That is an absolute monster.
Wow.
Wow. Look at that, hooked right through the top. Wow. Look at how fat that fish is. That is an absolute Lake Erie sow right there. Whoa.
Are we talking 20 inches?
Oh, I would say so. It's the girth that's incredible on that. Well, we'll just put it in live well for a minute.
Okay.
And maybe we'll get a weight on it just for fun. What do you
All
think?
right. That's
All
a great
right, and we'll
idea.
get a picture or two.
Yeah.
Very cool. I love this place. You know what? We just weighed it. Weighed about 5.5, in between 5'8" and 5'10".
Wow.
What a
beauty.
trophy fish. And you know what I like about these big fish is they're old and they deserve to go back. Oh, there it goes.
Absolutely.
Oh, straight down. It's funny when they come out of that deep water, it takes them a second. Thing was floating, then it went straight down to the deep water. Back where they're in their comfort zone, the wintering zones where they're at this time of year.
Yeah.
Well, let's go up, make another drift, see if we
Okay.
can't catch another one.
Coming up.
Whoa, there we are.
Let's take a look down under with this week's Fisheye View, sponsored by Mercury, #1 on the water. It's a common occurrence nearly every time we go fishing, missing out on a good hit. Though we hate to concede, a big reason why this happens is a lack of concentration at a critical time. What's most surprising is how often we get hit as our bait sinks after a cast. In fact, we've recorded hundreds of these drop-down strikes involving nearly everything in the swim. And you can't blame the fish. They're highly competitive and opportunistic. When something enters their world, they have to act immediately. Because fish can see above water, they move to intercept anything that looks edible. For anglers, the problem lies in the momentary loss of contact after a cast. With bait or spinning tackle, you need to engage the reel to make that contact. If you're switching hands, a lot of things can happen in that time span. Certainly, we do get lucky. Some fish take hold, run with it, and even rearrange the scenery while hooking themselves. But it's not always the case. Usually, by the time you catch up on current events, it's too late. Though limited in range, flipping is one solution and highly effective due to positive contact. However you choose to fish, the answer is to always maintain a tight line. And at all times, be prepared for big things to happen.
Another one, Bob?
Yeah. Funny, I just looked down at the graph, Larry,
Yeah.
and I saw some hooks, but we're running pretty long.
Ooh, nice
Oh,
jump.
that's a big one. Yeah, we're running pretty long lines out. And one of the things in the early years when tubes became popular on Lake Erie, we used to just drop down on hooks we'd see on the graph
Right.
and thump. Nowadays, though, it's almost like the fishing pressure or zebra mussels or something. It's like a longer line out there seems to catch the fish, like letting out more line.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's like maybe the transducer, the noise of the tick, 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 might spook them, or the boat going over them. But even though we're in like 30 feet of water, it seems like, you know, that longer line catches them. When you're doing the old drag, what we're doing,
Yeah.
the old Lake Erie drag here, where we're just covering a break line where there's some fish scattered along it. And this is very close to a wintering area for where
So
the fish are.
at this time of year, they school up, I assume?
Yeah, they school up tighter. Whoa, there we are. They school up tighter as it gets colder, but yeah, you know, in a general area. Want to lift
Yep.
her up there, Larry?
Yep.
You got her, buddy?
Got him.
Okay.
He's got a mark on him.
Yeah, oh yeah, look at that. Let's pull that tube out. Little mark right there. Yeah, so, you know, you get different marks on these fish. I'm not sure what that is there, but that's a pretty nice little chunky fish.
It is.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Another nice drift.
Very cool.
So, Bob, there seems to be some fact to this that you have to be dragging on bottom here for these fish, right?
Well, you know, years ago, they'd feed on shiners and bait fish.
Yeah.
So you'd get them off the bottom suspended. You might get them 5 feet off the bottom, 3 feet, 10 feet off the bottom suspended. Now the bait fish has really changed here. They're feeding on these gobies, which were introduced in the ballast to some of the freighters that were coming in from overseas. And so with the freshwater gobies in here now, these fish are feeding on the bottom a lot. And so, you know, dragging this tube on the bottom, a shorter lead on a drop shot, a football head, something relatively close to that bottom, you know, 1 foot and less seems to be very productive. Where years ago, you know, you could run a 3 feet on your drop shot and you'd get them suspended up off the bottom. But, you know, these gobies don't suspend, they're bottom dwellers. So the smallmouth tend to be bottom feeders.
Well, it's definitely an interesting way of fishing. I've never really done it this way
Pretty easy,
before.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely effective.
Coming up,
Well, he was under my boat.
You just caught the biggest smallmouth of your life just now. You know, Larry McNamee and I were sure cracking those big smallmouth on Lake Erie, and one of the keys was using a heavier tube jig. I'm here in the sales store and they've got a great selection of tubes here, and when it comes to tubes, this power tube smells a lot. It's a hollow tube, and what we're using were 1/2 ounce tube jig heads, and we're rigging them up so that this heavier bait would stay in contact with the bottom. Very important for late season tube dragging on big waters like Lake Erie. You want to drag the tube on the bottom, keep in contact. It looks like a goby skirting along, and obviously that bottom contact, heavier bait will catch you a lot more fish.
Another one, Bob?
Yep. It's so cool.
You were supposed to wait for me.
Yeah, well, you know, one thing about it is, Larry, when it comes to spending time on the water, and you know, the pleasure craft operator card's the law in Canada if you're going to operate, of course, a motorboat.
Absolutely.
And I get the question asked all the time, Bob, do you think it's necessary? And I spend so much time on the water and at boat ramps, I see a lot of unsafe boating practices.
Absolutely.
And my feeling is if it saves one life a year, it's worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's kind of how I feel about it. I think that a lot of people were reluctant at first. You know, they just thought that, oh, it's crazy. It's not effective. Well, I think a lot of folks need to know what side of the buoys to run on, and
well, absolutely, and it's respect on the water and all of those factors that are really, really important.
There you go.
I believe that it has saved lives. It will save injuries.
And you know, and the thing is that just so much practical common sense when it comes to safe boating, and that's what I can't stress enough. Is that once you take the course and you learn all these things, they're so important. And you know, there's so many things to consider when you're on the water. Oh, there's still fish down there too. And
yeah, we better get out there.
And I recommend, you know, to any people that are going to do any boating to get out there, take the course, get it. You got it for life, right?
It's good for life. It's a course you can go online. It's a chapter quiz, and you do 5 chapters. You pass each quiz, you go to the final exam, you're sent to Transport Canada. You get a 50-question exam, and you pass that. And then we are notified, and then we send you a lifetime card.
Right on. You know, there's so many things to know about being safe out here, and you know, obviously wearing your PFD, your personal flotation device, and just knowing some of the rules of the water. It's so important.
There's fish.
All right. How'd he hit?
Decent. I don't think he's big, but got a little shoulder in him. Coming up, I think. There he is.
All right. Oh, you had a lot of line out. See, I think that's the key. And
I think it is.
Another thing too is the watercolor here on Erie is clear. Like there hasn't been a lot of wind the last couple of days. Oh, I think you got a good fish. That was a pretty good little.
He looks better than the first one I got. He might be 3.5, maybe. It's got a good.
Now I get taking a loop out of my line. How did you know it was a 3.5? Did you get a
Well,
good
I have
X-ray vision?
very good eyes. Yeah. This boy's staying down.
Okay.
I think this could be my biggest smallmouth ever.
Let's see. Don't they fight hard? Okay,
do.
that's good. Whoa, 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 Larry, that's good. You reeled that one up a little far. Open that up.
Okay.
Get a tip on that. Don't reel him to the tip.
Well, he was under my boat.
You just
so.
caught the biggest smallmouth of your life just now. Look at the size of this fish right here. You have officially
Beaten my 4 pounds.
Oh my, I'm having a hard time. Put your thumb in there, Larry. You really got to get a good
All right, hang on a
lock
second.
that, okay?
Just loosen this up a little.
I'll pull the tube out.
Okay.
There, look at that. See, it just fell out. Look at, you just caught the biggest smallmouth. I think if your biggest was 4 pounds, you've broke it. Nice one. All right, how'd that feel?
That was awesome.
Not too shabby. Hold it a little lower.
All right. This has got to be
That's a good fish.
½ pound bigger than yours, I think.
I don't know, but it's a good one. Hey, let's get a picture of that. Very nice. Wow, Larry, that's an amazing fish. It's even got a knot on it on the top, just sort of like a peacock bass. Take a look at that little bump right there on top of its head.
Amazing.
That's pretty cool.
That's a nice fish. And
Hey, man, good job.
He's
Good
even
job.
he's even better looking than yours.
All right, let's get that fish back in the
All
water.
right.
You got the honors.
All right.
Look at that big bass.
There you go,
So,
sunshine.
just grab him by the tail because he'll probably float for a second and then he's gonna go right back. Actually, I think this cold water be no problem going back.
Nice.
I don't think it had a problem. You?
No
Good
problem.
job. Well, hey, you broke your personal best
I did.
live on the Real Fishing Show. How's that feel?
Awesome.
Good job. Well, let's take another drift. I mean, hey, we still got about 2 hours of daylight
We're
here.
in the run here.
All right, good job, man.
Coming up,
All right.
Wow.
Looks like the second biggest smallmouth in my life.
this tip of the week is sponsored by Coleman, the outdoor company.
In clear water conditions, we'll use a fluorocarbon leader with either braid or a fuse line as our main line. Now on those Erie smallmouth, one of the keys was to have a lot of line out there where we're dragging those tubes in the deep cold water. And we're running a little bit heavier fluorocarbon leader than normal. 10 or 12 pound test with say 4 or 5 feet of leader material before we'd tie our tube on would be key. Now these fish aren't really line shy, so the heavier line, and especially fluorocarbon, disappears in the water. But with all of the zebra mussels down there on the bottom, they can really do damage to your fishing line. So if you come up a few pounds with what you'd normally use in clear water, you're gonna catch a lot more fish and tie a lot less often.
There's a fish.
You got him?
Yeah. He's not big.
No? Isn't it funny how you can tell just when you set on them? Oh, that's just a little one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see.
A little muscle.
I'll let you swing them
All right.
if you want, or I can dip them for you.
No. That's okay.
Oh, that's just a wee guy. That's I think that's not a Lake Erie fish.
That's what I started out with, right?
Yeah, that's in training. That's the smallest of the day, Larry.
Yeah, but it does move me ahead of you.
No, does it? Oh, so you've been keeping track. You're one of those type of guys, huh?
There's what?
Got him, Larry?
Yeah.
All right.
Not too big.
No,
Coming up.
I don't know. You are the hog master. You know, it's been quite a few years since boater exam's been around, and you guys were the originators, I guess, of going online so that folks could take the course.
Yes.
And it started, what, back around 2000, I guess, eh?
Yeah, the program started in '99, and we went live in May 2000, and we've been offering bilingual service for all those years, and we continue to offer that and replacement cards. And you know, as you might have mentioned earlier, that a lot of people get one card, but We actually have some pretty neat stuff. We have family pricing now, where your first one costs something and then your subsequent cards are for other family members is cheaper. And replacement cards, a lot of people get 3 cards, very reasonable.
And some folks will lose them too, right?
Oh
So you
yeah,
can just,
all the time.
And that's one thing about it, and I tell people this, you have it for life, right? So once you take the course and you pass it,
Yes.
you get your card, you got it for life. So you
Right.
don't have to do it every year.
No, no.
Hey, if it saves one life a year, it's worth it. That's what I like to tell people. And,
right.
and I'm just looking, there's all kinds of fish down there. We just moved a little shallower. And because the wind is dying down now, I'm gonna put this, this trolling motor on very low, and we're gonna do a controlled troll just to see.
Good, because I got another fish on. This is a better,
Is it a better fish?
better shoulders on this one.
Oh, yeah?
He's fighting. He's coming up.
Awesome.
There he goes. Ooh.
Is it a good one? How big?
Well,
Let's have a guess.
I say 4.
Yeah, it looks pretty big to me. Well, I was just gonna hit the trolling motor, but I guess not necessary.
No, I think we should just
Oh,
kind of loose it down here and.
Oh, that's a Lake Erie fatty there.
Is it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good one. Let's see. Bring him up to the surface.
I
here.
can't get him up, Bob. He's digging.
Isn't that something?
He's a tank.
Don't they fight hard?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a very nice fish. Look at that. Awesome. Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
That looks like the second biggest smallmouth in my life.
I would say you just got your second personal biggest. Look at the size of that fish.
All right.
Wow. Good job, man. Larry McNamee, now you are a smallmouth pro.
That's right. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know about the pro,
I'll
but
take the rod, you hold the fish.
all right.
What do you think?
I think we have
Hey, folks.
a keeper, and he's better looking too.
You know, folks, over the years, I've had a chance to take Larry fishing all over. And Larry, this one takes the cake, right? You know?
Absolutely.
This one takes the cake. I mean, you caught your 2 personal biggest smallmouth, and we've only fished for a couple of hours. The sun's going down, the wind is dying. It's like I could take about 3 layers of clothing off and still be comfortable right now. What a day, and good job, man.
Thank you.
You gonna release
Should we
it?
let this guy go?
Yeah.
We gonna name him or what?
Yeah, I'd say 5-pounder.
All right.
Yep. It's a 10 in my book, but 5 pounds in weight.
All right, Sunshine. Time to take off.
Okay, so he did name it Sunshine. I think
Well, we got a sunshine coming in, so we might as well call it.
Sunset would be more appropriate, but I'm going to take that cue to say, folks, we'll see you next week right here for some more real fishing. Larry, thanks a bunch, man.
No problem.
Always fun. You need some help getting up? Oh, you're too big. I'm going to leave him down there.
Real Fishing was sponsored by Mercury, #1 on the water, and Mystic Lubricants.
Let's size up, baby. Well, that thing's got some weight to it. Size that puppy right there. That is just wild. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at the size of that thing. Wow.